We're playing some Bant Eldrazi here today. This is one of the many modern decks up on my website. I'm excited to kick the tires on this and with some updates here. So Oko is Broko. We've got 3 copies of him in the main deck. We got 4 copies of Once Upon a Time on top of our couple copies of Ancient Stirrings. I don't want to cut all the Stirrings. I think that's still a really good card, but I definitely think Once is a little bit better because it's free on the first turn. So yeah, let's just dive on into a Modern League here and see how this one goes. Feels like it's been a hot second since we played some Modern. Let's do it. Hey, Cardia, thanks for the 19 months. And Shiny Psyduck, thanks for the third of a year. Welcome back. You know, you make jokes, Nivik, but my last couple of Modern videos have gotten a similar number of views to my Mythgard content. And like, you know, my non-Magic content tends to do drastically worse than Magic content on average. Thanks for the 27 months, Dark Magi. Checking in for 9 Glad Nauseam. I appreciate the 3/4 of a year. I guess. Yeah, Mythgard's great. Don't take my comment about Modern doing as well as Mythgard as a slight at Mythgard. It's just like this is predominantly a Magic channel, right? So non-Magic content is expected to do worse. Cycled Lonely Sandbar. Oh, my preview's not up. There we go. Cycled Lonely Sandbar. Sylvan Scrying. I'm just gonna soft stub them here. I agree, Lord Aaron. And like I've talked about that a lot on stream, right? Like I think a lot of people are gonna realize that like the play patterns in Modern are not what they're looking for. I haven't had a Modern submission in forever, so Yep, looks like Twiddle Storm. So the VOD of you playing my Abs and Hero submission, do you think the deck is unplayable? Unplayable is a strong term. I think decks like Abzan Hero are a tough sell early in a format, just because you don't like it's basically an answer deck, and like playing an answer deck requires you to know what you're answering. So I'm just gonna play Night of Autumn out here as a 4/3, so that way we can start applying pressure. My opponent's deck is basically a pseudo storm deck that's based around Lotus Field and untapping it a bunch. You're not wrong, Nivik. Mazass, thank you for the 2-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. He does a 5-color Niv and Pioneer. Will do, Red Link. Thanks for the support. And I appreciate the 10 months. 1K for 5-color Niv. Mazaz, thank you for the 2 months. Morning, folks. They found Psychic Puppetry, so we're like probabilistically dead here at this point. We're not guaranteed dead, but rather than make you all sit here and like watch my opponent potentially brick, I'm just going to concede and go to the next one. Damping Sphere is great here. Thalia is fine, but not amazing. Rest in Peace is good. Rest in Peace is fine, but not amazing. Drowner and Thragtusk out. Honestly, I might want these Knight of Autumns just for 4/3 beaters. I like mid-range. Each game feels more unique. Yeah, I mean, like, it's definitely a non-linear deck by definition. It's just, in order for those decks to be considered actually good, you need to know what they're supposed to be attacking. We don't really know that in that format yet. Just Up B, thanks for the 14 months. Let's pour one out for the folks playing the MC, playing Standard through Blood and Tears. Someone tweeted that the Standard Grand Prix, as of last night, only had like 250 people registered for it. We should get a metagame article for the MC posted today. It'll be interesting to see what that looks like. Yep, aggro and combo tend to be better in underdeveloped formats. That's why the main decks I've been working on early in Pioneer are like Elder Deep Fiend decks, because that's a sweet card and it's very proactive. We're playing Modern currently. Yeah, if you have a base list, Sandman, I'd be happy to peek at it. The decks that are decks in the deck queue that don't have a deck linked for them are decks that I have yet to build. Generally, I build them when they get closer to the top, although with everyone in my house being sick right now, I've been running a bit behind. So you'll notice, like, we're not playing Party Bus today, even though it's at the top, because I did not have time to work on it. So, like, I'm going to start with Once Upon a Time and see what we get from here. But, like, so these, it's a little awkward here, because if I play Damping Sphere, it makes these only tap for one. So I think I'm actually passing, and I'm gonna hope to not die on their turn 3, which is kind of a tall ask in this format. You frequently die on turn 3 in Modern. I'm gonna soft stub this to hopefully stunt their development, because I think getting a good clock into play here is really important. So if I smasher them this turn, well, now I can do that. Actually, I'm just gonna hope to not die this turn. I'm hoping to not die on their 3. And then next turn I can go Thought-Knot Seer into Damping Sphere, and then they should just be dead at that point, basically. Opponent is playing Twiddle Storm, the Lotus Field deck. Sure. Alright, sweet. So this is going to go get their Lotus Field. And then Damping Sphere shuts off Lotus Field. Summoner's Pact. Interesting. So tap these for TKS, then play Damping Sphere. Oh. Are they boarding into Splinter Twin? That's kind of cute. They're boarding into, like, Key Combo. I guess a lot of the hate cards we're bringing in aren't very good against that, but killing them with Reality Smasher is good against that. Yeah, I mean that's just part of the format, Belly. It's a feature of Modern, not a bug. It's Modern. Maybe dying on their turn 3 is Modern working as intended. And honestly, like having Pioneer to play makes me appreciate this format a little bit more, because like when the things you're experiencing in Modern are novel and they're not the things that are happening every day, it's like, oh, this is kind of neat. It's like very different, right? I think the weird kind of linear things that happen here are like, it's neat to have a format where that happens. I'm really glad we have Pioneer to have that be a format where that's not the norm that happens. Yeah, exactly. Getting neo-branded is cool once a week. Having it happen once a league gets real dry real quick is exactly true. I'm going to take their Summoner's Pack just in case they got something quirky I'm not thinking of. Again, diddle my Thought-Knot Seer, sure. Hey, twiddle twiddle. Not only is that risky because they have twiddle effects, but I also can't cast Oko. So that is definitely not true. You're not bad at Magic, you're just not paying attention. It's fine. Hey, thanks for the biddies, Beetle. I saw on Twitter Kibler register non-Oko deck for the MC. Do you think they will put him on the desk after he scrubs out? Hopefully. No, I honestly wouldn't be surprised to see 1 or 2 Gruul Embercleave decks in the top 8. Are you talking about mana bases and Pioneer? I've not done anything specific about mana bases and Pioneer, no. My go-to for 3-color mana bases and Pioneer right now is 12 Shocks and then a mix of fast lands and Shadowlands, depending on what spells you're trying to cast when. Yeah, Dr. Kitty, I think there's a good chance Pioneer is gonna, hopefully they shape Pioneer in a way that like Pioneer can be that fun casual even with like more competitive decks. What format, Troll? For Pioneer? Nah, I think Bant of Fear is probably too slow and awkward for Pioneer. If this hand had a colorless source, I think I'd keep it, but it doesn't, so I'm gonna mulligan. Yeah, this is great, right? I'm gonna throw back Stubborn Denial. I have once in a Noble into Thalia into Smasher. Hey, Kenneth to win it. Thanks for the 10 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, there's a standard MC today, this weekend, whatever you want to call it. Second Smasher in. When does the MC start? I have no idea. I don't care enough about their tournament to keep track of that. Is that a good draw? What do we think? There might be something to this Once Upon a Time card, chat. There might be something to this Once Upon a Time card. Nathan, thanks for the 9 months. I appreciate the 3/4 of a year. Welcome back. Yeah, I'm interested to see what our viewer numbers look like today. In the past, streaming Magic Online against a Mythic Championship means I have really bad viewer numbers, but I'm a little bit bigger of a content producer now, and Standard is currently just like rancid, so I'm hoping we'll have okay numbers today. I don't know. If we fail to break 1,000 people, I might not do all 4 decks today. Really glad we didn't play Thalia, although I guess they don't have mana for Grape Shot. Their hand doesn't do anything, right? I'm just going to take their sleight of hand. Counting how many sources of each color has made me realize how spoiled I was from... Yeah, I agree. You have to... One of the things you really have to do in Pioneer with the worst mana is you have to give consideration to what are the casting costs of the cards that you're playing. You can't just, like, play X colors, then play whatever spells you want. You can't play, like, double red, double black, double white cards feasibly. Debating ditching Arena for MTGR, or maybe giving Magic a break, but still love your content. Thanks for the 10 months. I would... highly recommend poking at Mythgard if you have it. If you're looking for other games, Mythgard is one of the best games I've ever played, and their software is definitely the best TCG card game software I've ever played digitally. They really have their act together. It's super refreshing. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Even bad standard formats historically have still been medium for viewer numbers, but we'll see. We're gonna do at least 3 decks today. Is my plan. Hey, thanks for 11 months, Silent Faye. I appreciate that. Welcome back. There's 220 people in the Moto Standard queue last night. It took 5 minutes for a match. Lol. Bill, thanks for the year of support. Let's get you a sword to go with that shield. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, I'm open to Red Link. I don't really care if they're live tracks. This is like the least interested I've been in a Magic tournament in a hot second. I wonder if they're just gonna like grape shot my board down here. Because their hand right now is Puppetry, Dreamer's Grip, double Grape Shot. What do you think about the practice of Wizards releasing? I don't understand the practice cards. Oh, you mean the playtest cards? I think that's just I don't think that's related to Standard being crap at all. Am I naturally dead? What's the storm? The storm is 1, 2, 3. This is 4. I think I'm only taking 9 here. Yeah, it's only 9. Okay, so they're just killing. They can kill Thought-Knot. Oh, they can't kill Smasher though, right? Because they have to discard a card and they don't have a card to discard. They don't have to discard for every copy. Oh, they're going to draw a card from this. So they can kill Smasher too. So it's going to like clear my board. Sure. So close to mod status. Hashtag #ImpeachOko. Thanks for the 11 months, Clark. And Kelvin, thanks for the 10. Yeah, anybody thinking product releases are a response to like the current standard, you don't understand how long goes into the development of these things. Although I will say this, let's strap my tinfoil hat here on for a second. And let's speculate that the same company that was able to keep quiet about 1,000+ card set with playtest cards in it magically had an accidental printing and shipment of Theros cards to a Walgreens 2.5 months in advance or 3 months in advance. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's what happened. That was an accidental leak. I believe you. I would speculate the Theros leak was controlled. They didn't develop that product as a response to standard, but I would bet dollars that was a controlled leak. Are they not killing my Smasher? Their last card's a Grape Shot, so like, oh, they can still kill Smasher. They just like target the original one and then target this. Okay, so they're killing my board. That's fine. My hand's great, so this is whatever. Wait. Oh, does this still? Really? Copied spells count? Becomes the target? Oh, I guess it's still a spell? I guess it's still a spell. Alright, deal. You could say my opponent's reality has been smashed. You could speculate my opponent's reality has been smashed. Sometimes reality punches back. Yep. Driving in my Eldrazi beep beep. I logged into MTGO for the first time since 2004 yesterday because of you and Pioneer. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Moto's not pretty, but it's functional. It has real tournaments that you can play every weekend. If you're a competitive Magic player, Moto is the platform for you, regardless of the format. There's more competitive standard tournaments on Magic Online than there are competitive standard tournaments on Arena. Like that's the really telling thing. Like even standard has more competitive options on Magic Online than on Magic Arena still. My tombstone quote, yep. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I love the auto tapper and I love the animations too, but just like, call a spade a spade. You think Moto could actually become the premier play? No, they can't fundamentally change how Magic Online looks. My speculation would be that the back-end code and the front-end code are completely intertwined in Magic Online and they can't separate them. If they could very easily just like turn Magic Online into something with graphics, they would have just done that instead of creating Arena as a new platform. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this. It's got a once upon a time. As someone who's invested large amounts of money into Arena, has been around in Magic for a long time, how optimistic are you that our Arena will turn around? Not very. The key to not being disappointed in life is having low expectations, so I have incredibly low expectations that Wizards will get their act together. Let me rephrase. I think the chance of Wizards addressing... I think there's a very real chance that Wizards will get their act together enough to address issues like the constant lag that we're seeing. But I have a big worry that Wizards of the Coast is not going to pivot off of this very idiotic, this is a standard-only platform. That's my real concern for Arena. My real concern for Arena is not that they can't fix the lag, because I think they can fix that. Like, they can bring in outside talent to do that. In addition to the fundamental client issues Arena has developed, there are fundamental management issues that Arena is suffering from. And unless they pivot off of and start addressing those, the platform does not have a real future, in my opinion. I don't know. And I guess, like, real future might be overly pessimistic. Like, obviously there's going to be people playing on it, but like in terms of like being able to play all of Magic on it, I don't think that's realistic. I don't think that's going to change. Hey, look, turn 3 Tron. Yay, modern. Woo, modern. Oh, they're playing bad Tron. We have a chance. Take a chance on me. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. We are dead, very dead. I'm not playing this matchup. This matchup's awful. I got 3 Pioneer decks I want to play today. I'm not playing. I'm not playing super skewed modern matchups. Unless they're skewed in our favor. Ain't nobody got the time or patience for that. Certainly not me. It's gone for Magic for 14 years and jumped straight into Arena and Paper with no plans to go to MTGO, but Pioneer Lure is too strong. However, I still have long-term hopes for Arena. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, being a little optimistic doesn't cost you anything, I suppose. I suppose. I would love an Eldrazi Temple. Thank you. It's free Ancient Stirrings than regular Ancient Stirrings. Did I miss the donation? Yay, more Tron. Yay. I actually think the regular Tron matchup's probably better for us than the Eldrazi Tron matchup, so, you know, we'll hang out, we'll play it, we'll run it out here. You got turn 3 TKS, turn 4 Smasher, beep beep. Yeah, I'll just take a bunch of Smashers here. Hopefully their hand's a little medium and we just get to like take their one threat and then Smasher. Hey, that's a good pickup. That will allow us to path a Wormcoil Engine here, so that's nice. Ugin doesn't matter. Take your card. Ugin only exiles non-colorless things and only does 3 damage, so beep beep. No, I don't think there's any consideration to playing Temple there, MB, because I'm definitely playing Thought-Knot before Reality Smasher in this matchup. Sure, let's go. You got a Sanctum of Ugin. Squids would be all over Pioneer if Temple was Pioneer legal. It wouldn't just be me casting Squids in Pioneer if Temple was a card you could play there. Yeah, the second Smasher here. Second Smasher should hopefully be good. With the Path to Exile too, they need to draw Ulamog naturally here. They need to have Tower Ulamog probably. Sanctum Ugin is not enough. Yep, they're dead. GG. And like again, you know, playing lands that make 2 mana is like kind of neat, but like this game wasn't very interesting, right? Like we won the game, and I didn't really feel like there was like much going on here. Collector's fine, Thalia's fine, Deputy's fine, Damping Sphere's great, Thragtusk and Drowner are slow. I may or may not want Knight of Autumn. Eldrazi Displacer could maybe go. Probably want Paths and Stubs. Yeah, I'm going to trim the Displacer and a Knight of Autumn. Actually, with this many Oko, I'm going to trim a Path, actually. We did win the die roll, too. Yeah, we definitely would not have won that game on the draw, right? Like, if we'd have been on the draw, they'd have turned 3 Karndos and we could have never won. Yeah, I agree. That is kind of the Tron motto, right? Like, the games are just, like, never good. There's good games to be had in Modern, but I don't think any of them involve Tron lands. I'm mulligan this one. Doesn't really do anything. Yeah, it seems good. Bottom my current blue-green Eldrazi list. Yeah, the last build we played was great. Play the last list we played on stream with four Brazen Borrower. You can find it on my YouTube channel. Which format do you think has better gameplay overall? So, I think both Legacy and Modern have good gameplay patterns in them, but they both have negatives for different reasons. So, for example, Legacy has the downside of that the play patterns in Legacy tend to get very repetitive, and it's repetitive for 2 reasons. One, lots of cheap cantrips make the decks do the same things every game, which while that's great for consistency, it's not good for varied gameplay. And 2, the decks that are good in Legacy tend to be much better than the decks that aren't good in Legacy, which means that what's the word that I'm searching for? Which means that there tends to be less variety in the decks that people play that are actually good. Like, there's people in Legacy that play bad decks still, but like for the most part, like, good decks are good, bad decks are bad, etc. Modern has more variety in its gameplay patterns, but a lot of that variety is kind of bad. Like, it's like Tron variety. It's hard to know, Lord Aaron. Like, traditionally speaking, Standard's power level tends to vary set to set. So, like, there's no guarantee that, like, the current high power level of Standard is what we're going to continue to see moving forward, if that makes sense. No. Why would that card be good? What problem does the deck have that card solves right now? I'm just going to take Smasher here. Our deck's got a lot of mana in it. Let's grab a Breeding Pool here and play this Noble. I think Nexus is too good for Pioneer. I don't know. I don't have an answer to that. I don't like to answer questions like that have an objective answer with, like, my subjective opinion. Like, don't use a subjective opinion for something that you could have an objective fact. I think a better descriptor, for example, would be, I think Nexus generates gameplay patterns that kind of suck, and it might be worth removing from Pioneer because of that. Thanks for keeping the Modern content coming. I loved your Ochre rep and appreciate the way you run your channel and your website. Thanks for the 14 months, Max. As long as we have Modern submissions, Modern will continue to be a part of this channel. Thanks for the 12 months, Corrosion. Let's make sure you got a sword to go with that shield. Welcome back. Sultai Scarab God will do Sign Tech. Cash in that big 50k biddies. I did see a blue-green Eldrazi deck won the challenge next week. Or last week. Okay. I mean, we're actually in a pretty okay spot here, right? Because we get to smash them for 6, and then, like, next turn I have Path to deal with creature threats, and I have Stubborn Denials to deal with non-creature threats. So feeling pretty okay here. Yeah, current standard... Current standard's not going anywhere anytime soon, unfortunately. It's here for the long haul. Sick. Running hot, chat. I'm going to take their Oblivion Stone here because it's the cheaper card. Just I'd rather Stubborn Denial the card. Keep balking in amazement at the number of shillings people have gathered. Then I remember that I have 45k, even after modifying a few emotes. Yep, yeah, like the shillings counts on things to do is high for a reason. Give him that fat stubby D. Bye, Felicia. Think Blue-Green Eldrazi will still be reasonable if they ban Oko? Yeah, probably. I think Oko being banned in Pioneer is pretty unlikely. I think the people that think Oko's too good for Pioneer are just salty about Standard and just don't want to see his face anymore. Having played a bunch of Pioneer, I think Oko's probably fine there. See, Green Tron, totally beatable when you win the die roll and draw well. Oko is on the shirt for MC6, which is pretty funny. He's not too good, he makes poor play patterns. I don't really think that's true. And, like, honestly, Oko in a format like Pioneer, if you kill Oko after they play it, like, it generates less value than a lot of other Planeswalkers after you kill them. So, like, I know it's, like, hard to attack, but there's, like, hard to attack with creatures, but, like, the threats are better in this format, too. So, like, Oko in Pioneer and Modern isn't like in Standard, where, like, if you're playing aggro, you can just never beat it. In this format, I feel like you have a real shot a lot of the time. Once upon a time, there was a... not a white source, eh? Awkward. Hey, thanks for the 5 months, Swallow. Welcome back. Yeah, I should probably just take the land. Yeah, I agree, Slow Future. And one of the things that I learned, especially about Legacy, is that a lot of people who play non-rotating formats because they hate change, or like they just want to know that their same things are going to be good forever. And like, so when a new card gets printed that's like too good, or not even too good, when a new card gets printed that has a meaningful impact, people tend to call for its removal just because they don't want their beloved format to be different than it once was. Mono White Eldrazi and Pioneer. It's an interesting one. Thanks for the 14 months, Ornell. Sure. Alright, what you got? One last spell. Drawn in the Lock's kind of sweet in their deck. You have a Agent Crab. I am milled for 6. I have 15 cards in my deck. My hand's pretty good though, right? So I get to go Path, this. Play Noble Hierarch, hold up Stubborn Denial. Sounds great. That was a mistake. I tried to cancel my auto pass. Should have fetched for my... Oh, do I even have an island in my deck? That's actually a big question. I actually don't have an island in my deck. That's super unfortunate. Do I have anything? I don't. Brutal. Just Crypt Incursion, getting them a casual infinite. Oh, you know what? I probably should have played Knight of Autumn first tier, huh? Because it attacks for more. Yeah, that's just what I said. People that play non-rotating formats tend to play them because they don't want change to happen. So when cards like Oko get printed that fundamentally change their format, people get upset. I understand it, but like, writing those cards off as too good I think is silly. With double Stubborn Denial, we might actually be okay here. That's so super unfortunate. Just like their actual best combination of draws here. Just like the only thing I couldn't interact with Stubborn Denial. This. Oh, Modern chat. Oh, Modern. Alright, that's a good draw for us. 5 cards in my deck. Please, for the love of God, don't draw lands. Just draw cards I can Stubborn Denial for like 2 turns. Watching you play Pioneer's been a blast. Thank you for all the hard work. And to the people who play blue-green food in the casual queues, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Yep. Thanks for 11 months, Sunshine. Alright, there's 1 card in my deck, and they're dead on board. So, if they don't draw a land, if they draw a card I can Stubborn Denial, we win the game. So please, for the love of God, draw something I can Stubborn Denial. Oh, just like the absolute worst beats. That's so just incredibly medium. We're almost done here. Modern will be quick. This is a quick deck. Playing first couple of games of playing Modern was like, oh, this is neat. It's different from Pioneer. Four matches, and I'm like, oh, this is why nobody submitted a Modern deck in a long time. This is. I'm quickly remembering why no one submitted a Modern deck in a long time. Yeah, maybe Rip's fine. I could see that. It turns off Drown and it turns off Crypt Incursion. Like, what was that game? That game opponent had literally no spells in hand, drew Crypt Incursion to gain 30, and then while I had double Stubborn Denial, drew Hedron Crab into fetch land when I was gonna kill them anyways. Let's try and fetch now before they can trap me. I have a relatively quick clock this game. That's actually a great pickup too. They didn't have a trap last turn. Let's hope they didn't draw it this turn. Let's get these fetches out of the way now. Just gonna go ahead and take their thing here, I think. They drew trap for the turn. Oh, magic. No, it's just a deck submission, Gorks. There's a lot of great deck submissions waiting to be played. Like, the deck queue is super full, but there's a ton of sweet things in it. Mesmeric Orb, I can kill. Fatal Push. I'm going to take Drown in the lock, because they have to have Enable Revolt for this to kill my stuff. We are currently streaming on WotC's premier digital platform. No, Mill isn't a tiered deck in Modern. Mill has always been a fringe deck that people have played. I'm gonna shock this in, so I don't have to mill from Mesmeric Orb with it. Like, you can randomly get game and match wins with it. We've played it before in the past, but from a consistency perspective, the mill deck's not good enough. Like, we got pretty exceptionally unfortunate to lose that first game there. And our deck's also, like, not that good. Like, in terms of, like, raw power level, our deck's kind of low overall. Yeah, I do think that Mill has some matchups in the format that are like these matchups happen to be very good against like some of the good decks, but there's enough matchups where it's like you never beat Burn, for instance. Well, if they don't draw Crypt Incursion, we should be in a good spot to win. Now it's just fucking with me. Now I swear to God, it's just like actual factual gain 30. That was an actual factual gain 30 is what just occurred. Actual factual gain 30. I mean, like, there's still 16 cards in our deck, so, like, you know, depending on what they draw, we could be okay here. I'm gonna get to start draw step Thought-Knot Seering them. So, like, we've got that going for us. And, like, we've got a lot of pressure here. Sweet. Look, they drew a brick. Good golly. Good golly, their deck can brick, chat. Alright, they're dead next turn, even if I don't play this turn, right? So I'm attacking for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then next turn I'm hitting for 18, 21. Right? So I'm attacking for 6, 11, 13. I'm attacking for 14, which puts them to 19. And the next turn I hit for 21. So there's no reason to play the Smasher now. I want to draw step Displacer them. So Displacer allows me to blink a creature. So what we do here is... Sure, Lord Aaron, you are technically correct. You are technically correct. So during their draw step, we blink this, which lets them draw an extra card, but basically... So they get to draw a card, but then we get to look at their 2 cards and take 1. So basically, instead of them just getting a draw step, they draw 2, and then we get to take the worst one out of it. Or the better one of the 2. They have an instant in response here. Archive Trap, sure. 2 cards in my deck. You're dead. I can even blink this and make it 2 more power. All right, we beat the gain 30 this game. Almost beat the gain 30 last game. Onto the third game. Let's board in Rest in Peace, shall we? Definitely should have done that. I'm gonna cut the explosives. Yeah, I like it. Cave Core, thanks for the 7 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, we could elk it before blinking it, but then, what's the word I'm searching for? But then we, I think I'm going to keep this. If we elk it before blinking it, we don't, we have less pressure and we don't have them on a 2-turn clock. Just take your creatures out and then Incursion doesn't do anything. Strong line. I like it. Cute. I'm gonna take Knight of Autumn here, actually. Maybe I'm supposed to take Smasher there. I can go either way on that. I already have double TKS, so like. Well, they milled my planes. That's unfortunate. I was going to fetch a planes next turn. 13 months of Bezo Bucks. A bargain at twice the price. Keep up the great work. Thanks, Jojo. Welcome back. So Rest in Peace here. Keeps graveyards empty, so that ensures that this Jace's Phantasm never gets big. Makes the Crypt Incursion not do anything, so... I believe I still have a basic island and a basic waste in my deck. Let's find out. Perfect. Let's get basic island. Maybe I should get basic waste so they can't mill my waste and then Field of Ruin me off colorless mana. Yeah, Drown in the Lock also does not have text anymore. That is correct. Untapped land would be great here. All of our lands are untapped that we could draw. Displacer, eh? Yeah, I think I'm gonna elk the crab. I think I'm going to elk the crab. Just stem the bleeding here a little bit. That's cute. They picked up Oroboro to enable. Cast this. Library has 20 or fewer cards. I have 27 in mine right now. We did have someone cash in the first, we had someone cash in the first 50k shilling today. All right, so Plains is gone, Forest is gone, Temple Garden's gone, Hallowed Fountain's gone. I don't think this makes mana. I think those are all my things that it gets. 1 Breeding Pool, 1 Forest, 1 Hallowed Fountain, 1 Plains, 1 Temple Garden. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vegetables. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just not even going to play that out. You cashed in at 50K yesterday. I need to... I probably forgot to check that. Need to make a note to start adding that to my list of things to do. $59K and counting coming for the Shillionaire. Do 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 do. They're gonna be able to shell dock Isles next turn. Stubborn Denial is a great draw. Alright, let's play Thought-Knot Seer here. You got 2 cards in hand, let's see what's up. Nice. Nice Crypt Incursion. Do you get anything for being a Shillionaire? You get a deck added to the queue with 100 points, and you get a custom Discord title. For reference, the approximate draw 1 card, yep. The approximate time it's going to take to get a Shillionaire is like a year or more of watching, so I think that's fine. Are we going to do it? Are we going to beat the mill deck, chat? Yeah, as a sub. And that's like watching every day as a sub too. I'm like engaging with it. So we'll see. We'll see if adding the Shillionaire title gets me into trouble next year. Just a bunch of people cash in the deck queue gets super full. Because, I mean, like, you know, in theory, there's 2,000 subscribers here, right? But, like, not everybody's here watching. Or, like, there's 3,000 subscribers right now. But, like, not everybody's here watching every day. Like, obviously, my average concurrent viewer count is much lower than my sub count. No, one deck with 100. Adding multiple decks to the queue, adding decks to the queue in general increases my workload. So adding multiple is not ideal. I'd worry more about 2 years from now when non-subs can cash them in. Maybe. Yeah, there's a number of people that sub on the channel that only watch on YouTube, is definitely correct. It's an accurate reflection. Who knows where we're going to be then? Hopefully I'll still be here in 4 years. We'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if 4 years from now we're playing Magic Online and Arena is a distant memory. I expect Magic's premier play client to still be here 4 years from now. In 4 years, you'll no longer be watching Jeff, but rather Declan. I conceded to Eldrazi Tron. Hey, Eldrazi Displacer is a good one. Let's just go Temple Garden into this on 2 off the Temple, and then Thought-Knot Seer on 3. Yeah, it would be sweet if Mythgard's still around and kicking in 4 years. I can't even imagine, like, the features their software is going to have 4 years from now. Their software is just so well done. Like, once they have time to really hammer development down, it's got to be absurd, I imagine. Hey, are these cards good in this matchup, chat? What do you think? Hey, Scott. Thanks for the brand new tier 1 sub. Welcome to Aglandia. Hope you're having an excellent Friday wherever you are. Block. I definitely, when I was picking out my last couple main deck cards, I definitely picked them with burn in mind. And for my next trick, like, are we going to beat burn when they only drew 3 lands? That's kind of sick, and one of them cycled. It feels like that might be what's about to happen here. I'm gonna gain 2 here and just spend my mana. Oh no, not Eidolon. How will I ever win the game now, opponent? Welcome to Thunderdome. Enjoy your stay. Been a pretty okay run Owl Knight. I conceded to Eldrazi Tron, but we've kind of run through most everything else. This build's felt pretty clean. Once Upon a Time's a jacked up card. Oh. I'll take 2. I'll take 2. Jesus Robot Love, thank you for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Nice burn deck. Nice burn deck, opponent. How's that archetype treating you these days? Thragtusk is not Pioneer legal, for the person that just asked why no one plays this in Pioneer. It's because you'll be DQ'd for cheating. Actually gonna trim a path here. Pathing them when we're on the draw really sucks. I subscribed so I can give you half-thought ideas on your card choices. God bless. At least you're upfront about it. The people that give me money, I'm more lenient on, giving me half-thought-out card choices, so, you know, welcome. I think I mulligan this. It just doesn't really do anything. This is kind of painful. Yeah, sure. All right, you know, here we are. What am I throwing back here? I think I'm throwing back the Cavern and just, like, hoping to once into a land. And what am I getting rid of from here? I'm going to bin bottom the Stubborn Denial, I think. I don't have a creature for it yet. E on 1 is just really expensive. Like, spending 3 mana to kill their 1-drops is like, not a great exchange rate. I subscribed for a timeout. God bless. He's dead, Jim. You've killed him. Can I have a land to unmulligan, please? Thank you. I appreciate you, little goblin guide. Opponent missed a land drop. I have turn 3. Oko. Let's go. Oh, I can once upon a time in between the goblin guide triggers. So first trigger shows Night of Autumn. Let's cast Once Upon a Time. Yeah, I just take Smasher, right? Because I'm going to get to go Oko. Oh, and then another Smasher got revealed. Sick. Oh, Smasher got revealed from the Once Upon a Time. That makes sense. We could die here if they draw a land. If they don't attack Oko here, I think my next turn is just like gaining 6. Well then, or we could have that happen. Or we could have that happen. Man, this was like a clinic, huh? So if they have land, double lightning bolt, we die. No, that's not true because I can go block. And like, next turn, Sir Tuskerson comes down. Red Rover, let the idiots come over. +2, draw a card. Go. Is that better than playing Thragtusk? Yeah, I think so. I don't think it mattered. I think it was to choose my own adventure book and all roads led to Rome. Yay, Modern. I don't know. I mean, like, that was pretty clean, right? We beat a smattering of things. We beat a couple medium Modern decks. We beat Burn. We beat Tron. The way this 75 is put together, beating Burn is pretty good. I think it might be time to retire Drowner of Hope, chat. I think it might finally be time to, like, take this one out back and put it out to pasture. And this card is probably just not good enough. With Thragtusk and Knight in the main deck, we still get plenty of value off of Displacer. Drowner plus Oko is okay. I don't know. Maybe it's worth testing more. We definitely didn't play any matchups where it was good, and we still, like, managed to win anyway, so maybe that's fine. I conceded to Eldrazi Tron, because that's just, like, the slightly bigger Eldrazi deck. We beat Green Tron, though, so, like, you know, I actually think this deck has a better Greentron matchup than Eldrazi Tron, just because both Collector Ouphe and Damping Sphere are much better against Greentron than Eldrazi Tron. We also won the die roll against Greentron and just like had good draws. Ancient Stirrings plus Once Upon a Time felt real busted together. It could even be, if we want to trim some drown, like maybe we just like play a Miser Drowner and like play the third Ancient Stirrings. I needed to cut things to like fit in Okos and stuff, but I only have 6 cantrips in the deck. But it could just be right to like play more Stirrings at once. You know, you play another Oko too. Yeah, there's a lot of different directions you could go. Less Drowner, more Goose. I really don't think we want Goose. I don't think I really need Mana Dorks past these. Like, because the thing you have to remember about this deck is that this deck is basically 4 colors, like colorless because these require explicitly Wingding mana. These are basically another color in the mana base, so like cutting lands to play Mana Dorks isn't super feasible or good in this deck because you really need your lands to be able to cast your variety of spells, especially because 4 of our lands only make colorless mana to cast our Eldrazi faster. So I actually updated the list on my website to be this 75 last night, and I'm content with that. I don't think I'd change anything. I think you could like experiment with the Drowner Popes, but I also think they're probably fine in a variety of matchups. As Bob and She's noted, making extra tokens is good with Oko, because it just like gives you extra bodies, and Drowner plus Displacer is very good, just like making lots of bodies. I don't think you need EE in the main anymore. So this deck used to play Engineered Explosives in the main because it was a 4 Ancient Stirrings deck, and Engineered Explosives was a removal spell that you could find with Ancient Stirrings, and between playing less Ancient Stirrings and playing Oko as removal in the main deck as well, I think you just don't need EE anymore. Like, playing more creatures like Knight of Autumn and Thragtusk that we find with Once Upon a Time, I think is better than playing Explosives in the main. Alright. We are going to dive into some Pioneer up next. We're going to be kicking off that segment with some green-red monsters, among other things. We're going to roll a quick ad break before we do that. Thanks for hanging out today, folks.